forget that day in the 1990s. You know where to find me. Being born, I'm a millennial. Run for cover before he put you on Vimeo or the Twitter. Come on, y'all, get a grip. I don't give a flip, I just wanna live. But better yet, I don't wanna die living a lie. Does anyone even realize I'm alive? Like, stop, wait, hold up the club. I found somebody that I love. Like, stop, hey, hold up the grave. I found somebody that can save. Like, stop, dance, come get your mans. Bring him to the man who atones for your sins. Like, stop, hey, hold up your praise. Get a little taste of amazing grace. Like, need that, somebody that, somebody that, need that, somebody that, come get your need that, somebody that, somebody that, need that, somebody amazing grace. Like, Daddy, I'm an inadequate to battle with the sadness, saddled with depression, misdirection of an addict. I've been wishing as a mission I could have somebody listen and be born again a Christian. Maybe then they go the distance as a disciple. Go and get your rifles, bang bang, you're dead, and I lay in bed wondering if you knew about him and let him inside for eternal life. Last night woke up in the cold sweat with the same nightmare that I had an old friend. Guess I should've told him that you never know when God is gonna blow in. Hoping y'all told him. I said stop, wait, hold up the club. I found somebody that I love. Like, stop, hey, hold up the grave. I found somebody that can save. Like, stop, dance, come get your mans. Bring him to the man who atones for your sins. Like, stop, hey, hold up your praise. Get a little taste of amazing grace. Like, need that, somebody that, somebody. I need that, somebody that, come get your need that, somebody that, somebody that, need that, somebody amazing grace. Like,
hail is typically accompanied by tornadoes. But don't feel like every time you see it hail, it's like you're always going to see a tornado. That's not the truth. So you're totally going to be fine. All right, let's go ahead and let's get right into our announcements. So, like I say every week, you guys already know what I'm going to say. If you're not a part of the Slack group, make sure that you join our Slack group, gccstudentministry.slack.com. #announcements is your place for finding where all of our latest and greatest youth ministry stuff is happening. So make sure you're a part of the Slack. I want to go ahead and give you guys like a walkthrough of what's been going on in the Slack. There's been a bunch of different conversations taking place this week and last week. So go ahead and just show off a little bit of what's going on. So this is the couple of the different channels. We got announcements, Bible reading plans, boys only. That's just for the boys, in case you didn't know. General conversation. That's where all the fun little things can be taking place. High school, middle school have their own sections. Minecraft Realm. That's brand new. If you're playing on the Minecraft Realm during Minecraft Monday, that's going to be the place to communicate. We tried doing Minecraft chat, and Minecraft chat is fine, but it's not. You can't share GIFs, and you can't even do emojis in Minecraft chat. So I was like, let's just add a channel real quick. So we did, and it's been awesome. And I'll show that off in a little bit. Questions, if you have any type of questions about the Slack or about what we're doing or about, just maybe even deep life questions, put them in #questions. And I'd love to be able to see what we can come up with there. Spiritual development is a secret group. Volunteers is another secret group. Youth group, that's for all you guys. If you're in the youth group, you're a part of that group. And if you're not a part of that group, and you are a part of the GCC youth group or student ministry, I need to make sure you're in that group. So direct message me as soon as you get on Slack and be like, hey, Titus, you didn't put me in the youth group, and I'm in the youth group. And I will say, oh no, I have failed you. And then youth parents, that's for your mom and dad. So the Slack is not just for people in the youth group. It is also for your mom and dad. So make sure that they get connected to this because I throw stuff in the youth parents forum every now and then, and good articles, good things to read, good activities for your family. So make sure that all of you guys are staying connected to the Slack because that's where a lot of fun stuff is going to happen. For example, on Monday, this was the conversation that took place between me, Anna, and Briley during the Minecraft Realm. Whole bunch of random stuff, but I wanted to go ahead and highlight #Don'tBreakLeads, #NeverForget. I almost lost coaches, my beautiful horse with the iron armor, but luckily we were able to recover coaches, and there was much rejoicing. And now Briley has a horse now too. It has gold armor. It looks awesome. So that new house that Anna built that I showed off last week, that is being put to good use. So make sure that you come on the Minecraft Realm because Briley and Anna are on a house building spree. So make sure you're checking in. Make sure you're getting your 3 free armor or iron because I'm handing out iron like hotcakes to new players. And Anna said that she'd be willing to hand out diamond. Is that right, Anna? I haven't looked in chat in a second. Where's my mouse? Oh, technology. It's hard because you'd be killing a zombie while trying to talk. Yes! Can I join the high school group yet? Yeah, that needs to happen yesterday. I'll make sure you guys are in the high school group and not the middle school group. I'm so glad you mentioned that because people who are transitioning up to the high school group, they need to be in the high school group. That is such an important point. Okay, the next thing is, drum roll, next Friday. Just kidding. My notes are out of order. Okay, we'll talk about next Friday in just a second. This is a special part of something you can be a part of each and every single week. Each and every single week we have a weekly schedule, and the way that you can find this weekly schedule is just like it says in this picture. You can go to #announcements, and this is a pinned post in #announcements. This is a website you can go to that will lead you to a picture that looks just like this. And this shows you what's happening each and every single week. Every single Sunday, emailed to your parents at 1 p.m., they're getting a DIY devotional. And what's a DIY devotional, you say? Well, let me tell you real quick. DIY devotionals are simply just a time that you can spend with your parents talking about some really important faith stuff. Because I know you guys have questions, and I know your parents want to talk to you about that stuff. So let's bring you two together in a room. Let's have you talk about some of that stuff. And of course, Mondays. What happens every Monday? Minecraft Monday. 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on the Minecraft Realm. Again, PC, Xbox One, mobile device, make sure you're playing with us. I think on mobile, I need to check. I need to get you guys what the price is. On mobile, I believe it's anywhere from $5 to $10. That gets you connected to our Minecraft realm. Again, if you have any questions or any problems with that, hashtag questions in the Slack group, or shoot me a text. Give me a call. Let's get you connected to the Minecraft group. Wednesday live stream, you're already here. Congratulations, you've pulled it off. And then every Friday and Saturday, we're going to be doing a bi-weekly event. So every other week, we're going to be doing an event. So this week, we're not doing anything because last week we did Pancakes with Parents. So that leads right into what we're doing next week. And I already started to get into this, and you guys can probably guess. Next Friday, we are having game night, June the 19th, 7 p.m. on Zoom. Links to that are going to be in the Slack group, so make sure that you're showing up for that, because that will be awesome. It's now time to move into... Oh, here's houses from Minecraft. I forgot I was going to have Minecraft houses. We keep this pretty chill. $7.99. Okay, good. Thank you, Anna. $7.99 in the App Store. That's for iOS. That's for Android. $7.99. That gets you Minecraft on your phone. Make sure you go ahead and purchase it. And if you've never played Minecraft before, we'll make sure that you can have a good time with us, because it's a lot of fun. Me and Anna. Anna knows the redstone, and I know what is it that I know? Some other stuff. Anyways, Anna's fantastic at building. She's fantastic at redstone. Make sure you're getting plugged in. Oh, let's not forget, Charlotte has built a secret vacation home. So Charlotte is definitely getting the award for best secret house locations. Yeah, I give you that award right now. Oh, and hey, Hunter. I didn't say hey a while ago. I'm glad you're here, dude. Okay, so this is the house that I was talking about. This is the house that Anna built, and I believe Briley lives here now, which is awesome. Up here on the top, those are lights that kick on only at nighttime. Yeah, those lights you can buy at Home Depot. Anna built them in Minecraft. Mind-blowing. So that's Briley's house. I wanted to show that off. And then this is kind of overlooking, this is a house I believe that Briley and Anna put together. And then this is Emily's house, and she has this giant scaffolding thing. And of course, this is my house. And off in the distance, that's Anna's house. And right here's the community building. So if you're not a part of this realm, make sure you're getting to be a part of it, because we're going to clear out even more space. We're going to make more houses. And I want you guys to have prime real estate close to the community house. So with all that being said, it's game time, guys. We're playing the same game we played last week, believe it or not. We're playing Caption This. That's what we're going to be playing today. Caption That. Caption This. Same difference. You get the idea. Hey, Ada. Glad you can be here. Oh, Charlotte says she might be constructing another one somewhere secret. Wonderful. I love the wild chase that you give us to try to find these houses. I'm going to continue to scour the map looking for houses that you're building. I love it. You're on PS4? Who is that on PS4? King Kilimano? Who's on PS4? We're going to go ahead and we're going to get right into Caption That, though. So you know how this works, or hopefully you do. I'm going to show a picture. Oh, it's Teddy. Gotcha. Teddy. I assume KJ's watching with you, right? It's fun. You built one underwater. You built what underwater? I'm so confused. Tell me down in the comments. You'll never find... Oh, you built a house underwater. Challenge accepted. All right. I'm scouring that river. I'm scouring the... I bet it's in the ocean. I bet I know exactly where it is. I'm gonna hunt it down, and I'm gonna prove you wrong. All right. So... let's get right into Caption That. You know how this works. Picture shows up on the screen. You have to tell me down in the comments your funniest caption. Here we go. First picture. How would you caption that? I don't know. I think I know where it is, Anna. I really do. I really think that I know where it is. Especially if it's in the same spot that I've seen you recently. That's all I'll say about that. That's all I will say about that. All right. This picture right here, we have Mr. Knight, but you notice he is in a Publix deli featuring Boar's Head. Charlotte says, I have no words to encapsulate that picture. That is so That's probably pretty spot on. I mean, just how do you even react to this? When you need a makeshift mask, I mean, really, that chainmail is really going to protect you from the virus. Am I right? Tin Man wants tin food. I like that. Yeah, mine would be something like, does this sandwich come with a can opener? Because I need to get this mask off. All right. Is Hunter still here? Hunter, do you have any witty quips that you would like to share with us? All right. 3, 2, 1. Switching pictures now. Oh, Ada. I forgot Ada's here. Okay. Ada, what do you think for this next one? Boar's head meets bucket head. Boar's head bucket meal. Bucket of fried boar's head. As far as this one is concerned, I'll just be honest, you guys. If you guys know how much I hate snakes, I have no words for this one. I really don't. Like, I don't. I don't even know where to begin with this one. It's a new spot that wasn't on the map until recently. You'll never find my house. I need more prime sign shard. Oh, prismazine shards, though. Yeah, I can help you there. When your car alarm is broken. I mean, really, that's the best defense, right? Snake in passenger seat. Devil face. A pet snake. Yes. Which, let's just get this out in the open. I don't think you can really truly have a pet snake because I think all snakes are evil. But that's beside the point. A snake wants to play snake through traffic. Yeah. That would be interesting. Like, imagine like your car growing into a bigger car, like you're playing like Snake. That's where my mind went. Is that where your mind was going? Snake, like on the old Nokia phones. You guys have no idea what a Nokia phone is, though, because I barely know what a Nokia phone is. Snake wants to play Snake through traffic. I love that. Yes. All right, next picture. Here we go. What do you have to say about this one? Caption that picture. What you got? Oh, Charlotte says, my friend had a Nokia for a while because he dropped his old phone in the pool. That poor guy. Like, I know Nokia put out new, like, there's like a flip phone that they had recently put out, like in the 2000s or 2010s. So maybe that's not too insane, but if we're talking like LCD screen and like big old buttons and it's like that thick, I mean, blessings on your friend, man. Need more fuel. Got a hydro car? I mean, yeah. GMC came up with the latest fire truck. That's good. No, I would say something like, I would try to make an Aquaman joke. I can't even draw the... No, I would say something like, attacked by Aquaman. Aquaman on land got attacked him with water. Hunter says, I agree. I love that this like, someone not only hit a fire hydrant and like made it come off, but they took it with them, and then they're like, think I'll go get Waffle House. Oh my goodness. Hunter says, I agree. Need more fuel. Got a hydro car? I didn't see that one. Or maybe I did. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Next one. Waffle House is home to the strangest of people. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's such a wonderful place. It's such a magical place. I've only told you guys this only a trillion times. I love the Waffle House. It is wonderful. You can get absolutely filled to the brim with coffee and syrupy, waffly goodness, and also a whole bunch of salty stuff. It's a beautiful place. But it is home to the strangest of people. It truly is. Can I get a waffle? It's home to my dad and eyeliner and weird hair at 4 a.m. I believe that. It's also home to the after prom. That's what it was for me in high school. And boas. Yeah, I've seen your dad in boas. Yeah. He doesn't look bad in boas. He really doesn't. context there. Anna's dad is in a 80s cover band. I don't know if you guys all knew that. I know Charlotte knew that. I didn't know if Teddy and KJ knew that. So they're over here like, I don't know. And it's good. It's a really good cover band. Can I please get a waffle? I love that video. All right, this one. What do you guys think? Oh, I forgot to turn on my smooth jazz. You guys want to hear some smooth jazz? I'll play some Freddie Freeloader. Here we go. Last time is over. It's time for some prayer requests. So anything that's been going on in your lives, good things, bad things, things that you're really thankful for, things that you feel like you've been blessed about. Let's throw those down in the chat. But also some things that you've been struggling with, or things that have been really difficult. Just throw those down in the chat. Hunter says, when you try to do something yourself. I mean, yeah. Instead of consulting the help. That is good. That is good. Ada says, Mom tested positive, but got a new car today. That's awesome. Yeah, I heard she was asymptomatic, so I hope that you guys are staying safe. Yeah, David, go ahead and throw that in DM me on Slack. What's the code for the realm? Ask me that question in Slack so I don't forget later, okay? Let me know that you heard me whenever you see that. Charlotte says, my friend was going to go see Harry Styles in concert, but then it got postponed to next year, so she's sad. Yeah, I feel that. I actually, no joke, planned on going and seeing the Hawks get destroyed by the Thunder, and I got my money refunded because obviously the NBA's not doing any games, and they're all going to do the thing down in Orlando, which is going to be interesting. So, yeah, it's pretty difficult. Can be pretty frustrating. All right. So we got Ada's mom, and then the blessing of a new car, which is awesome. And then anything else that we need to be praying for. We're going to be praying for Hunter because I know that Hunter's been having some more health issues. So we're going to be keeping you in prayer. Brawley says she has a praise. She is now a dog walker. Awesome. Are you getting paid for it? I hope you're getting paid. That's a pretty nice summer job, or even year-round job, honestly. What a fun job too. So I've got Ada's mom, Christine, and then I've got when you time travel to the past and then back. I think you're behind, David. Yeah, I think David's behind. My friend, okay, where were we? Okay, so we've got $10 per week. That's not bad. Nice. Okay, so praise for Briley, being a dog walker. Ada's mom, Christine, and just hoping she stays healthy and well. And then the fact that they bought a new car. I'm going to mute. Real quick. Actually, no, I won't do that. Other things we can be praying for. Hunter says he had to go to the ER last night by ambulance. Yeah, that's right. Hunter doesn't know why, but Trey, his dad, said he was having neck pain and seizures. So, okay. We'll keep that in our prayers for sure. All right, if there's no other prayer requests, we're going to go ahead and let's go to God in prayer. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for bringing us here today. We thank you for letting us have this time together where we can talk about biblical things and talk about faith things, and we can also bring our requests to you. Lord, I ask you to be with Christine, and I ask you to be with Ada and Akenna. I ask that you allow them to stay safe and healthy after Christine tested positive. But we also give you praise and thanks for allowing them to successfully purchase a new car, and how great that can be and how fun that can be. Lord, I ask you to be with Charlotte's friend and in her disappointment that she wasn't able to go see Harry Styles in concert, because I totally can understand wanting to see a great performer such as Harry Styles in concert. But Lord, I ask that you give her some encouragement, even though she wasn't able to go see this person she wanted to see, and even though it might have lifted her spirits during being in quarantine and having all these things happen right now with the unrest and the violence that's been happening around us. It would have been nice to have a good moment to go see Harry Styles, but Lord, I ask that you continue to provide for her encouragement despite the fact she won't be able to go see Harry Styles. Lord, we thank you so much for letting Briley be able to have the opportunity to be a dog walker and just enjoy that awesome job. Lord, continue to let her thrive in that job. Continue to let her find enjoyment and just continue to help her become the productive person that you will have her to be, Lord. Lord, I also ask you to be with Hunter as he had to go to the ER last night. Even though he and his family are trying to figure out what's going on, I ask that you continue to give them guidance and give them some answers whenever you can, but help them also have peace throughout all their unanswered things. Give Hunter peace physically, not just mentally. Let him find some rest from all of his headaches and all of his all the things that have been going on in terms of seizures. Just give him what he needs to be able to thrive and to be able to be healthy and happy and full of life. Lord, I want to pray especially for all of our leaders, be they local, be they national, international. Help them make the best decisions when it comes to the virus, and most especially in this time, Lord, when they're making decisions about different kinds of policies and different kinds of things that are going to affect us moving forward. We thank you so much for allowing us to live in this country where we can vote and we can go and put our 2 cents in. And so, Lord, I ask that you continue to guide this country forward, to continue to bring us towards unity and love, and help us divert away from hatred and violence and other kinds of terrible things like racism that we've seen on display over the past couple of weeks. Lord, continue to give each and every one of us the thing that we need to be doing in order to bring your kingdom close. Lord, we love you, and we love your son Jesus, and it's in his name that we pray. Amen. All right. So tonight we're going to be talking again about the book of Psalms, and the thing that's really important about the book of Psalms is the fact that it's really kind of divided up into 5 major acts. So it's got the first 40 chapters are kind of its own section, and then there's subsequent sections that are divided out by chapters. But as the Psalms continue, you begin to notice, because there are 5 acts or 5 sections in the book of Psalms, it's mirroring another part of the Bible that is famous for having 5 sections. Any of you guys guess what that would be? What's another part of the Bible that's famous for having 5 sections in that part of the Bible? I'll give you a hint. It's at the beginning. One of them is Genesis. It's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And there's a special name for it. Anybody know what it is? Anybody? Bueller. I'll give you a little hint. It starts with a T, and it ends with an Orah. The law. Yes, exactly. Torah is basically just a fancy Jewish word for the law. And when we're talking about the number 5, we're talking about the Torah most of the time. Whenever the Bible references the number 5, usually, not always, it's somehow referencing back to the fact that the law is made in the first 5 books of the Bible. Similar to the fact that when the Bible talks about the number 7, that's hearkening back to Genesis chapter 1, where there are 7 days, and on the 7th day everything is perfect and everything is good. The Bible's cool with stuff like this. It draws upon itself. But just like we talked about last week and in the subsequent weeks, The book of the songs, which is just, that's what Psalms means, is it just means the songs. The book of the songs should be a book that you feel comfortable opening and exploring. And I hope that continues to be how you feel about the book moving forward. So these songs that we find in the book of Psalms, they give us a structure for all these times in our lives that don't make sense, or even the ones that do make sense. So before we continue, I want us to watch a quick video. This is from a professor of theology and culture, which is just a fancy word of saying studying God and studying people. And so he is going to be kind of talking about how the Psalms can be helpful for us, and specifically how they've been used, and then how we can continue to use them moving forward. So let's go ahead and let's watch this together.
All right. Got a Bible. And then I got illustrated Psalms. Illustrated Psalms. And then I got lots of translations. Having these other translations is a way to hear kind of the crickle crackle of the Psalms. What is it? Rice, crickle, crackle, boom. What is it? What's snap, crackle, pop? Thank you. Snap, crackle, pop. See how much I forget from the days of my youth. My name is Dr. David Taylor, and I am assistant professor of theology and culture at Fuller Theological Seminary, as well as the director of Brem,
seminary.
Texas. And today, I have the privilege to talk about the Psalms.
Oh no, it's freaking out on me. There we go.
Psalms are this devotional and liturgical help, and well, it's for good reason that the church for 2,000 years has considered this its chief hymnal. It's the womb of the church's music. Some have called it, Martin Luther called it the little Bible. He said, if you want to learn everything about everything that you would need to learn about the Bible, go to the little Bible. The Psalter Athanasius called it a mirror of the soul. John Calvin called it an anatomy of the soul, because you would find in the Psalms everything that you would also find inside this warehouse of thoughts and feelings and desires and impulses and experiences. It's all there laid out in the Psalms. And so for 2,000 years, the church has found
there it goes again.
Found it to be an immensely helpful resource, prayer book, hymn book, aid to know and love God, to know what it means to be human, to know what it means to love our neighbors. The Psalms are awash in enemy language, awash in enemy language. It's the language that most of us avoid reading.
So this is actually the very thing that we talked about just a couple weeks ago. If you remember with Psalm 137, this is in the Get Angry live stream. Make sure, if you haven't seen that, go back and watch it, because it's really, really good. So this is the very thing. And it's simply this, that, there's lots of different things that go on in our lives. That cause us to have these weird feelings, and that's really kind of the thing he's going to continue to highlight, especially feelings that we feel like are not right, and so that's kind of the thing that he's highlighting here.
Or preaching about, but it's there, and I think it's there for a good reason, and I think for Christians, it's not a matter of running in the opposite direction, or shutting our eyes and ears off to it, or doing an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth and a fist for a fist and a verbal insult for a verbal insult. It's actually discovering how we can name our experience of enemies and pray these things faithfully. And so the Psalms show us how to pray about enemies in a faithful way. So in a sense, they're not denying reality. They're actually plunging us more deeply into reality and saying reality is brutal and brutish. And there are forces in the world, not just human, but otherwise, that we experience in enemy-like ways that would seek our harm, that would seek our death. And that evokes in us this visceral reaction, which you could say is God-given visceral reaction. So the Psalms are inviting us to deal with all kinds of difficult things, but things that are so common to us, these experiences of sadness, experiences of anger. And so you could say it's, Psalms of lament and curse Psalms, but I find it more helpful just to talk in very normal terms, Christian human terms. That is, we have joy, and those are good, and we want to celebrate and name those and pray those. But the Psalms also say, hey, look, you got a rash of sadnesses. Why? Because you live in a broken world, and you're a broken creature, and I'm a broken creature. And like my counselor told me many years ago, all of reality, all human history can be explained by sad, mad, bad.
So that's a really, really great point that a lot of us forget about. Is the fact that, okay, so we're going to live our lives with sadness and anger in it. And let's not pretend that we can just keep stuffing it down and then it'll all go away. So because we have those emotions, okay, now that we've identified that we have them and that we need them and that they're important, what do we do with them? And so that's kind of what Psalms is there for, is to kind of help us go, okay, we have these emotions. We're not going to stuff them. What do we do with them? That's what's really, really great.
You get hurt, it makes you sad. If it hurts really badly, it makes you mad. And then you get to make a decision whether you go to bad. And I think the Psalms are rescuing us from going to this place. It's like a little rescue mission, not by denying these realities and not even by denying us the possibility of saying these things out loud, but to say them out loud in the face of God, the one who can handle all of it, and in the company of the people of God who would bear it with us. I commend them to you, the Psalms, a gift to the people of God, to the early church, to the church throughout centuries, a gift to me, a gift to you. And that is all she wrote.
So that's the Psalms. And that's kind of their his take on how the Psalms function, how they have functioned, and how they help us in the future as well. And really one of the main things that the Psalms does is it helps us talk about all of these emotions that we have. And the thing he said that I just love so much is sad, mad, bad. Everyone feels sad. Sometimes that moves into mad, or sometimes we start mad. And then we move to this place where we have a choice, whether if we're going to be good or if we're going to be bad. And the fact is that your emotions can just be hard to deal with. And this is a universal human thing. This is something that even your mom and dad, your grandma, grandpa, Emily and I, even little Hannah right now, dealing with our emotions can be hard. They truly can be hard. Have you guys ever felt like your emotions were out of control? You have a bad day at school, or maybe your friends make you feel excluded, or you feel absolutely overwhelmed by all the things that you have to be doing, or that you should have done, or that you've decided to take on. And then your mom says something to you that just ticks you off. Has that ever happened? Have you ever become just extremely emotional, and then after taking time to think about it, you feel like you said and did things that you would never actually ever want to do? And when you're in your right mind, that's when you go, man, that was not a good decision. Yeah? So many times, these moments will happen to us where it just feels like we're out of control. And then it makes us believe this myth that our emotions are the problem, that our emotions are wrong. And so we just have to stuff them down inside until they go away. But it turns out that stuffing them down only makes it worse. The Psalms instead invites us to live a balanced life where our emotions and our thoughts live together in one space. Our hearts and our minds, they're not supposed to be mortal enemies, but companions that played two different harmonious melodies in the praise of God. So, with that being said, this next psalm that we're about to cover is one of my favorite psalms. This is Psalm chapter 30. But before we do, I wanted to talk to you guys about Inside Out. Now, Inside Out is, if you haven't seen it, is a great movie. It's a Pixar movie. I think you can get it on Disney Plus. This is a movie that really showcases how important our emotions are. You know, if Riley tried to live her life exactly the way that Joy, the main character right here, wanted her to live her life. See, these are emotions that live inside of this girl named Riley, and she's like a preteen. Joy is always saying, sadness, you can't hang out, you can't be here. It's got to just be joy, 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 happy, happy, happy all the time. You know, anger, we'll let him take control for a little bit, but he's definitely not going to drive the ship. Envy, fear, they're not going to stick around that long. It's going to be me who's going to clean up the mess, That's not sustaining. And to spoil it, I don't know how many of you guys have seen it or not. When the end of the movie comes and Riley has been feeling all these different complicated emotions, it's not until she fully expresses how sad she is about them moving to San Francisco that the movie really opens up, and her mom and her dad are able to give her the comfort that she needs. It's not that she wants, that she needs. And that's the thing, is emotions, when they're out of control, can lead us to make terrible decisions, can lead us to make bad decisions. But in and of themselves are not necessarily wrong. So, let's now move into Psalm 30, because I think this will really kind of give us a great example of some emotions that the author is feeling, and then we'll kind of talk about how we can use this psalm to help us with our own emotions. So let's begin in verse 1. I will exalt you, Lord, for you lifted me out of the depths and did not let my enemies gloat over me. Lord my God, I called to you for help and you healed me. You, Lord, brought me up from the realm of the dead. You spared me from going down to the pit. Sing the praises of the Lord, you his faithful people. Praise his holy name. For his anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. When I felt secure, I said, I will never be shaken. Lord, when you favored me, you made my royal mountains stand firm. But when you hid your face, I was dismayed. To you, Lord, I called. To the Lord I cried for mercy. What is gained if I am silenced, if I go down to the pit? Will the dust praise you? Will it proclaim your faithfulness? Hear, Lord, and be merciful to me. Lord, be my help. You turned my wailing into dancing. You removed my sackcloth and clothed me with joy, that my heart may sing your praises and not be silent. Lord, my God, I will praise you forever. So in our times when we feel as though the world is coming to an end, and we feel as though our sadness is never going to end, that's not the final word. So many times we feel all these different things. We feel secure, like it says in verse 6. We feel as though we're never going to be shaken. We feel absolutely alone, and we call out and we cry for mercy. But that's never the final word. Our emotions, I think I said this a few weeks ago, our emotions always feel like they're never going to end. Our anger's never going to end. I love Anna says, hate, anger, aggression. A Jedi craves not these things. That is so true. It's psalms like this one that almost give us a drum beat to dance to in the background, on our journey towards walking in step with the Lord. It's the psalms that are our background music. It's the psalms that can remind us and give us a rhythm as we try to move forward. Especially right now, when we feel like we don't have any structure. We're sitting at home, and we're all by ourselves, and it's just us and our phone, and it's scrolling through TikTok and Instagram over and over and over again, and we just feel like everything is meaningless. But the Psalms remind us that that's not the truth. The Psalms give us structure for our good times and also our bad times. The Psalms lead us to hope in what God is going to do in the future, and we need hope. We need hope desperately. So, the question I have for all of you guys, because I think this live stream would be a waste of all of our time if all we did was look at Psalm 30 today, and we didn't actually pray. Because the Psalms are the prayer book of the Bible. And so I hope that you can take Psalm 30 and use it as a prayer for whenever things feel overwhelming. And even if you don't feel like you can recite verses 11 and 12, you've turned my wailing into dancing, removed my sackcloth, clothed me with joy, my heart may sing your praises, not be silent. Even if you feel as though those are far off and far away, begin with verse 1 and see where God will take you next. That's my recommendation for you. So let's go ahead and let's take this conversation over to Slack in the hashtag youth group section. So scrolling over to Slack, scroll down to hashtag youth group. And here's my question for you. How do you pray? How do you pray? And I mean that practically. I don't mean that like just in a pie in the sky kind of way. Here's kind of the three things you can focus on when you're answering this question. Think about where you are when you pray. Think about when you like to pray. So time of the day, where's the sun at in the sky when you're praying? And think about what you pray about. Or if you want to take it a step beyond that even, what do you do to pray? For me, the best way for me to pray, because I am so incredibly ADD, I have to use a journal to be able to pray. I have to get my thoughts down on paper so that I can organize things, or else they just kind of flit around and I don't actually feel like I prayed. Even though that may not necessarily be true, I never feel as though I've connected in the same way that if I've journaled. For some of you, that may be quiet reflection. That may be some type of centering prayer. Spending time by yourself, communing with the Lord. Let's be talking about what it is, what the practices are that each of us are doing that allow us to commune with the Lord. Because the more that all of us talk these things out, the better we can refine our practices, and the deeper we can grow in relation to the Lord. Hunter says, I have to leave now because after last night, my parents want me done at 8. Totally. I'm about to go overtime. So, that said, Briley asks, what Slack channel? Hashtag youth group. You should be in the youth group Slack channel. If you're not, I will go ahead and add you right now. But that's all I wanted to focus on tonight was prayer. And I hope that, even if you don't feel as though you have a prayer life, I hope you feel as though it's not something that's all the way away from you and there's nothing you can do about it. Because let me tell you something. That is not the truth. That is just not the truth. Prayer is not something that people who are champions of the faith do. It's something that everyone is able to do. Everyone has access to. And it's something that can start with something as simple as you taking 5 minutes and just folding your hands and trying. It could be something like reading Psalm 30 and reading it again and again, and reading it as if you're saying it to God. I highly recommend that. But pray, because prayer is what all of us need. I love each and every one of you. I'm so glad all of you were able to come to the Wednesday live stream. With that being said, I'll see you on Minecraft or in the Slack. See you guys later.
It is good to